About 100,000 Coloradans have been forced to evacuate their homes due to wildfire since 2020. That is our rough and conservative estimate of the number. You had 1,900 more over the weekend in Boulder. Additional evacuations still holding near Estes Park tonight. The growing number of fire evacuees each year, even if their homes survive, they carry a burden. Here's Katie Eastman.
People know what fire does, but not everyone knows what it feels like to see smoke and wonder, will it happen again?
Our community's collective nervous system now is on high alert.
Just as thousands of people resettle after the Marshall Fire took their homes, another fire flared up less than 10 miles away. With the smoke, Dr. Janine Deanabal with Mental Health Partners says post-traumatic stress comes too.
The NCAR fire undoubtedly has triggered a lot of the trauma response right from the Marshall Fire.
Part of the intrusive thoughts, the hypervigilance, are healthy. If you didn't have that, you wouldn't be processing it.
Dr. Kanoy Mandel also sees the need for coping with trauma, and not just in his psychiatry office at UC Health. His family of 6 lost their home in the Marshall Fire.
I mean, if I literally saw our pilot light on in our fireplace, it like a mix of like make me angry / make me sad.
But Dr. Mandel recognizes he has some control and he is surrounded by people he loves. He worries about kids who can't see that.
For adults, we just have much more of a historical fabric. We have much more choice about where we want to be and live and stay.
Compounded with the pandemic, Dr. Mandel says kids who experience fire trauma could wonder if they'll ever feel safe again. He hopes communities talk with kids about things like fire mitigation and water cycles, and remember the parts of Colorado we love.
Want a car filled with gas or electricity and emergency bag, pet options, and ready to roll. But on the other hand, you want to jump on your trampoline and eat your popsicles, you know?
Focus on what you can control and focus on the good parts of life.
Serenity prayer. It's a good motto.
Those feelings of fear will come, but they don't have to stay.
Mental Health Partners, which serves Boulder and Broomfield counties, says unlike the King Soopers tragedy, they have not been overwhelmed by people who experienced the Marshall Fire. But Dr. Deanabal says that's likely because with the fire, people needed to address basic needs like finding shelter before they could cope with that emotional trauma. That's why, Kyle, she expects people to start seeking help now and into this summer.
And some people may just need that prompt, Katie, to start sharing, to know that it's okay if this is heavy on you, you can talk about it.
Yeah, and in Dr. Mandel's family, him and his wife are both psychiatrists. They don't really need that prompt, so he joked that their 4 kids sometimes get annoyed because they force them to process their feelings and talk about things. Ultimately, he said his kids are doing okay, but they do still struggle with losing their cat in the fire and are worried about losing pets again, like so many others.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in the community that are carrying heavy stuff as a result of fires. All right, thank you, Katie.